Hey guys, today I want to do a video on a something that was given to me 21 years ago. It's a multi-tool from Victorinox, and it's called the Swisstool. Have it right here. This is the RS version. I'm assuming that means rescue salvage. I'm not positive. Um, this was given to me in around Christmas time of 2001, and I was given this by my best friend. He was another firefighter, and we were working together at the same station. And I think he was at Lowe's or something like that. Found this for, I think it was like 60 some odd bucks at the time. And anyway, gave it to me as a Christmas present. So I carried it ever since. The Again, though, I'm not really, or I don't consider myself a multi-tool kind of guy, mostly because when I was in the Army, I repaired a lot of Leatherman blades. The Leathermans, for whatever reason, the points always seem to be snapping off, and so guys would bring me their little broken blades, and I would grind them back uh, to be functional again. But anyway, that being said, I've probably been using this tool longer than about any other one I've got. So let's get into it. So the only mod you'll see is which is my only gripe actually on this entire tool, is that this stainless steel is slick, like really slick. So I've touched it up a little bit with a grinder, a little Dremel tool, just to give it some texture. But going from the outside working in, on this side here, you see we have in measuring in centimeters. Opposite side is in inches. Really easy to read. This type of tool opens from the outside, which I like that a lot. You go from the outside, and watch right here, you'll see it locks. Every single blade locks, and it's tight. It doesn't give. So we'll go through these real quick. On this side, you have scissors. Got an awl. No hole in the awl, but it's a good little punch. That was a little stingless bee. They're local here in Costa Rica. We call them drunk bees because they just kind of fly around like they're drunk. Phillips head screw, decent size. Small flathead right there. And this is why I think it's called the Rescue Salvage, is that's a seatbelt cutter. Or if I remember right, that's how it was advertised. On the other side, we have your regular Swiss Army knife blade. Of course, it locks. It's your standard Victorinox quality edge. It holds a decent edge for a while. Nothing amazing, but very functional. Big old flathead screw. And then over here you've got, I'm assuming these are wire strippers, getting the plastic off. And then you have a little chisel here at this end. Got a cap lifter, another flathead screwdriver, and I think those are called wire benders. I'm not positive on that. Can opener, very handy. And of course, that comes in combination with another flathead. These actually work pretty good for a ferro rod as well. And last up is one of the more useful tools on here. That Victorinox style saw works really, really good. So whenever you open this up, keep it at this angle, and you can measure 9 inches on this side. It looks to be about 23 centimeters on the other side. Okay, so this thing is 21 years old. It gets used not every day, but probably at least 2 or 3 times a week. It's still tight. Very, very tight. There is no lateral give. There's no lateral play on this thing after all this time. Good set of needle nose pliers. They actually meet, so you can, fingernail size. It's still grab and hold tight. Got some decent grips on the center, and wire cutter right there. And you can hear how tight it still is. It's a fairly heavy tool. Matter of fact, let's find out exactly what the weight is. Okay, let's turn our scale on. Zero that out. Looks like 9.88 ounces. So almost 10 ounces. I really love having this thing with me. Like I said, I do not consider myself a multi-tool kind of guy. However, this has been used for so many things, from actually pulling the needles on some of the thick leather here when I was doing the sewing. Like on this piece through here, if you added the layers of leather that's on the inside, this is actually 5 layers thick, this sew, or these stitches. And of course they were pre-cut or pre-punched, but I'd use the needle nose pliers to actually pull the needles through. I've used the scissors I don't know how many times. The blade not so much. I've used the saw a bunch, but probably the most used is either the measurements or the needle nose pliers. While I was on the fire department, it got used quite a bit. So anyway, I ran across, or I was actually looking at that today and thought, I really ought to say something about it, because it has never failed to do what it's supposed to do. It's still just as good a shape as it was 21 years ago. I can't tell any difference. So as far as I'm concerned, huge thumbs up, and great job, Victorinox. And if anybody else has a tool like this out there that they've had a similar experience with, or maybe not a similar experience, let me know. Take care, guys. God bless.